smoking, continue walking. Baby thought that it was something, but she just a friend like Biz Martin. Now make that a lesson. Stack my plate the first time, so it's no need to go back for a second. I'm talking reckless like speeding with no seatbelt. This for all my dogs, you'll never catch me with heat clip. Nah, the album is coming, they said I was done with say less, but I can't function without getting...
So very excited today to have my good buddy Collin here with us. He is the co-founder, CEO of OnlyDrams, so an app that I really enjoy using. I know a lot of guys in our group use the app, and I try to tell anybody I know that's a bourbon enthusiast to use the app. It has a lot of good features, from your collection to pick your pour, which is the one I'm going to use right now. So I need to catch up to these guys that already got some poured. So it has one of the coolest features I've ever seen. So it's pick my pour. So it's going to pick from my personal collection that I've already uploaded. So let's see what it picks for me.
Look how cool.
Oh, well, they're foolproof, man. What a good choice, man.
Good one,
What
man.
a great choice.
Good warm-up pour. Let's go,
so I'm going to
man.
grab that. So keep it going.
You got me hyped, man. That's good.
Yeah.
Collins,
So I'm gonna go
like I
ahead.
said, Collin, man, we appreciate you for joining us tonight.
Absolutely, man. So there you go. See, it picked this for me. Bottle I had in my collection. So I'm going to use
Thank you guys for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yes.
I follow your guys' stuff. Ray, we've been boys for 15 plus years. And so when he was starting the channel and X, I've been watching you. He was plugging, Ray was plugging some of your stuff. So followed you guys both, and I watch all your videos now. So keep up with the good content. I'm enjoying it.
Man, thank you.
And your last video is making me hungry with the brisket, the burgers. Like, man, when I come to H-Town, you gotta tell me, show me the spots for that, because you know the food scene every time I come down is.
I took him around. It's gonna be fun. The last time he was in town, we hit a lot of good restaurants because he knows that Houston has all the food, and I'm a foodie, so we hit a lot of good places. So recently, we just did a shoot at a Bayou and Bottle, which is like a bourbon whiskey forward restaurant, and they have just phenomenal food, great selection of bourbon. So I actually went today for lunch because they do a burger special on Wednesday. Oh man, it is so good.
And he had to throw it in my face.
Yeah, it was so good. So
so a good friend does, Egg.
So great management. They actually kind of reached out when they found out that we were doing, they all started doing social media, because I've been there a number of times doing tastings and whatnot. So yeah, they were open arms, like, hey, come try this out. So we had a great time, me and X and our cinematographer. Yeah. So
and to speak on that, man, from the moment I walked in, I felt nothing but positive energy, man. Like from the manager, just the area, the environment. It was real cool.
Yeah, that's important. You walk in, that's the first impression is big.
That's good.
And a lot of times we do the private tastings, and a lot of guys that are in the private and gals that are in there, I always tell them, hey, if you're not using OnlyDrams, you need to use it. It'll help with your collection. I always like try to push that, hey, look, this is a good app to use. I utilize it. And I think one I was telling X, I think and my wife, that one of the cool things about the collection side of it, there's some bottles that have a lot of nuances to it, like a Four Roses, right? If you're one of those crazy guys like me that has to catch them all, I want to get all 10 recipes, right? And so I can revert to the
You have.
Okay, on those I have. Okay, I do have all 10. But the app helped me with that to make sure I didn't buy the same one. So I made sure I could look. There's 10 recipes. And they're very similar. OESK, OBS. They're all very similar. So I could revert to the app and say, look, I already got this one, so let me look for another one. So that's the type of stuff it helps out with. So it's really cool.
Love it.
That's a really cool feature. Yeah.
Glad to hear. Those are great.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It helps with your whiskey library.
Mm-hmm.
It's your own whiskey library. That's all it is.
So earlier on in the app, and I'm sure you guys have noticed that it gives your MSRP value of your collection and your secondary value. And I don't know if you noticed the button where you can hide your value. So at some point last year, somebody reached out via social media and was like, I got the app, all my bottles are in, and now my wife's really pissed at me because she sees what I spent and what it's worth. So he's like, can you put like a spouse button on here or something where you can just hide it? So like to refer to that as like the spouse button. But I work in finance. So I work for a registered investment advisor out of Chicago, and I see things a little bit differently. And you guys know, if your bottle's not open, there's monetary value there, and it can appreciate over time. I mean, the juice, it can get better over time. You guys know that. And so that's part of at the bottom of the app is like the portfolio collection or the value of it, the breakdown. It's kind of like your financial portfolio. And, so I wanted to Trent and I wanted to bring a little bit of that in there because, if you're a serious collector, I mean, you need to have like a serious app. A lot of people are doing it on their Excel box. And me and Trenton, how it kind of started was we were playing Fortnite one day, and this was into 2023. And we were talking about that, and he had already started coding and he had this idea. And so we kind of just came together and ended up of the mindset that we can do a lot better with this app than an Excel document. And so from there, we just started building, and we hired some programmers along with obviously Trent. He does a lot of the back end work, and we kind of assembled a really good team. And I handle the finance side, the networking, the marketing, social medias for now. And so it's been a really fun adventure over the last 2 years.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
It's
It's
we see the growth
it's
too.
really enjoy how easy it is to just add another bottle. Sometimes some of the people that don't have the app, they'll say, "Oh, well, I have a lot of bottles. I might not want to upload them." I say it's really easy. You just scan the barcodes and it pops right up. So it's not like you're having to type anything in or look up anything. Very rarely is there something that's not in the library.
Right.
So that makes it really convenient. I was able to upload all my stuff pretty quickly. And I try to keep up with it. And then if there's any time that there's a bottle that you have, because sometimes us collectors get stuff quicker than they can even upload.
Yeah.
Like we can get, especially down in Texas, sometimes we're privy to stuff that maybe other areas of the country are not. So it doesn't take very long. There's a feature where you can send it in and say, "Hey, can you add this?" And then they add it pretty quickly.
That's awesome.
And to jump on board with Ray, what you said, y'all was very thoughtful and considerate when y'all designed that app. Far as the spouse button, the the financial side of it. If you're a serious bourbon whiskey library establisher, and
absolutely,
so y'all was very considerate on doing that.
Well, and a big part of that is we like to listen to the community, and I can't wait to hear if there's something on the app that you guys want to see that's not on there. We welcome all ideas from the community because that's what it's for. It's not built for just Trent and I. It's built for the community. And so we want to have all the features that everybody wants to see. And, we got a really exciting roadmap. I can't reveal too much of that right now, but big 26 and 27 coming. And one thing I was saving a teaser for your guys' channel specifically, a little preview of what will come in 26. And I know you guys will like this is private bottles. So if you scan a bottle and it's not coming up, you had to go through the channels to add it, take a picture, enter the details as well. Now you'll basically be able to add your own bottles and bypass that submission process.
Cool.
So
that's cool.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah, so it'll make like you guys are huge collectors. You get all the craft, all the really attended to detail, and so that's exactly what this feature will be for.
So you'll be able to add the single barrels and like the stuff you purchase, like a single barrel and stuff like that. That's thoughtful. See, again, being considerate.
It's for the community.
Absolutely.
I love it. And in the last update, I don't know if you guys have noticed it yet. You kind of got to dive in, but we do enable features now where you can create your own tabs within the bottle you add, like batch number, barrel number. So you can have a whole extra addition to capture your.
Yeah. And I think one of the cool features or details is the open or unopened. That way, if you have multiple bottles, you know how many are open, you know how many are unopened to see if you're going to buy another one, and I think that helps a lot because us bourbon selectors end up having multiples of the same bottle, especially something that we really like. So I think that open and unopened is a cool feature as well.
Yes. Yeah. So, Collin, I have a question. When y'all was designing Pick My Pour Future, right? What problem were y'all trying to solve?
That's a great question, X. So really, it's when you come home, and I mean, most of us out there, we're grinding. We got families. It's tough. Life is tough, and you're out working all day. You come home, you want to relax. Sometimes you just don't want to think about it. Like you guys have substantial collections. Like I don't even know what I want to drink tonight. it'd just be so much easier to take the thought work out of it at times. Or if like we're all chilling, like what you just did is the warm up pours. That's what I did. I for my warm up pour for this, I just had it scan through, and I'm glad I picked out a Casey Jones bottle, which I was going to bring up on the show anyways. So that was kind of my warm up pour, but it just takes the guesswork out, or the thought, having to think too much and make a decision. And so like if the boys are at the bar, or boys and girls, and you're like, man, I just don't know what I want to pour everybody, just filter through the app. And if you don't like it, you can skip to the next one. So that was kind of just to make it easy and not have to think as much.
You did. And again, thoughtful and being considerate to the community. No, seriously, because it's been many times, and I'm quite sure Ray can agree with this, man. I'll walk in here and don't know what to grab.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
And it could get overwhelming. Like, because at the moment, it could be a good moment, you know, and I get in here and get stuck. That called anxiety raises.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the opposite when you start drinking.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, for especially if you have like a good whiskey library like both of us, it's hard to choose. You know, we have favorites, but we don't want to neglect the bottles that's on the shelf to continue to go to the favorite. You know, so
absolutely.
I think that's
for sure.
That Pick My Pour is great to have.
And another part of that, like with your guys' collection, my collection trends, it's like sometimes we got stuff we forget about, and it's like, oh, I forgot I had that bottle. I got to pull that out. Where's it at? Like, so it just kind of, you know, it can bring things you forget about to the surface.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
There's a
earlier,
trend.
Right?
There's a trend that's kind of, there's a trend that's kind of starting on social media. Take OnlyDrams pick my pours, and then they'll make a video and do tasting notes about it, which I think that's an awesome, like a pick my pour Tuesday or a pick my pour Thursday. And then he picks it and you go through and do your tasting notes on it. So I've been seeing some people do that video, and I love to see it.
That's awesome. That's
Thanks for the hint, Collin.
We're gonna have to.
We gotta do it, man.
Yeah,
we
got a show idea.
I love it. I take it, man. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool, man. Yeah.
Thanks for the alley hoop. Thanks.
All day, man. Hey, and I'd love this to be a recurring thing, man. If you ever want to do this again, you just say the word, I'll jump on. Like, you guys are awesome. Love the content, and this is what it's about: having fun and having.
Right. I
agree. Tempt us with a good time, Collin.
Don't tease us. Please don't tease us. Don't tease us, man.
Next time, I'll have Trenton come over, and I'll have him hop on, and we can all hang out.
That's good.
And then,
so maybe for next time, how about this? Next time I'll have Trenton come over, and I will send you guys a blind, and maybe you send us a blind, and we can kind of go back and forth and explore.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we can do that. I just know that my palate is not going to be on. I don't have that kind of palate to. Man, Trenton comes up with some notes that. Like, I couldn't even imagine how, like, I'm nowhere near that good. You know, we'll try our best to pick up. They're incredible. You know, we'll try our best, or I'll try my best. Nick has a better nose than I do in palate, but we're just not on that. I'm not on that level. No, I can't, like, most of the time he kind of will actually tell me, like, hey, do you get this? I'm like, okay, yeah, now I get that. I get what you're saying.
And that's how it works.
I need a little help. Yeah, and that's how. Yeah. I guess that is how it works. Yeah. So
I don't know about you guys, but for me, my palate can be easily influenced. If I'm struggling to pick something up, and then I'll hear Trenton say something completely out of the line, I'm like, dude, I that smell like glue or Band-Aids. What? I can't smell like. Yeah. So but that's one of my favorite things about bourbon is, like, there's no right or wrong answer. Like, everybody's palate's different, everybody's nose is different. Like, people smell different things that I don't. There's no right or wrong. So I love that part of bourbon and whiskey.
Good,
absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
That's good. So I know you two play baseball, right? Former athletes at a HBCU. Great baseball players, I'm quite sure. Take me down memory lane. The first day at Alcorn State. First day, Collin.
Oh my! So how much time we got? Like,
so
I started out my college career at Purdue West Lafayette for my first 2 years. Had some coaching changes. I had an injury, so I ended up leaving. Had that whole adventure of the transfer portal. Ended up Coach Johnson see pitching in Florida. I believe it was one of the spring break destinations. I can't remember, Panama City. And so he ended up making an offer that it was kind of hard to turn down. I mean, Division I, 75%, hopefully full ride senior year. Junior year is when I transferred in. And so I went down on a different campus setup than what I was used to in my previous experiences, but I loved it. And the biggest factor for me was I came down on a weekend, I watched a series, and not only did Alcorn dominate, but the team camaraderie, that was legit. And it was something I wanted to be a part of. And I saw it. It was, everybody was a family. Everybody was getting after it. It was cool. And so the whole weekend was a great experience. So I ended up signing. And so I come down. When I stepped foot, granted, I'm from Indiana. So when I stepped foot out of my car in August, it's like opening an oven and just hot air. Like you can't eat. And I was used to running, 3 miles a day in Indiana. I could barely make it a mile that first week each day. So that was a big adjustment period. But then, so Rat and Johnson had me come down. They said, come down on this day. I come down on that day. There's nobody there but the football team. Like the dorm room isn't even ready. So I'm like, I got to stay in a hotel. Then I got to stay with a football player for a little bit. So wasn't the best start. And so I was there for a week on my own. Didn't know any. I was like, what am I doing right now? Like, and I'll never forget. It was 2 days before classes start, and this Nissan Maxima pulls up, tinted windows, and I see a window roll down. Ray was driving. Our boy from Toronto, Joe Anthony, was in there, and then Russell, a guy, one of our other friends, was back. And he's like, "Are you the new pitcher?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I hop in. So we go in, and then from that day on, we were boys, like forever, life. Like, so it was great. Man. I mean, it was like I had known them for 10 years within the first.
Yeah,
that's awesome, it was cool. It was very cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I didn't know you had gotten there so early in the year, like before we had gotten there. I didn't know that, because this was, I guess this had to been my third year. Was your third year at Alcorn, but your first year there. Yeah. So I didn't know they had you there so early. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, Johnson.
Yeah, they almost scared you away, man. That's crazy, because I can only imagine how intimidating that place is without the teammates there, without everybody else there, without your baseball teammates. Yeah, it's a very, very strange place. I would have been a little intimidated, because I had a whole different experience coming down there. So
And to your point, Ray, they did almost lose me, because when I went to go register for classes, they said, "You're not in the system. You go to school here." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean? I didn't drive 15 hours just to not go to school here and not be registered." And so I didn't even get to go to class for the first week because they misspelled my last name.
Again, that was a consistent thing.
Yep. So then I'm on the horn with other schools that recruit me, like, "Hey, there's an issue here. For some reason, I'm not in their systems. Like, can I still get a spot even though it's starting?" Like, so that was uncomfortable. But once I got in and everything cleared up, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And where were we staying at that year? Were we, because we weren't in the men's tower, right? We were on the other side of the campus.
Yeah, it was the tower that was kind of by the ponds.
Right, the 3-story or 2-story, whatever. Okay, I remember that. You were on the, me and Joel were rooming, and you were on the opposite end. Okay,
exactly.
It's playing on four. I kind of lose track of what year was what sometimes, because it's been a little while now, man. We've been out of school for a little while now. It just doesn't seem like it, but it's getting further and further away.
15 years, man.
Yeah, y'all was initiated in the HBCU life that day, Collin.
Yeah. Rat Pack,
welcome
baby.
to HBCU. Pack. Yeah,
Rat Pack. Yeah.
Welcome to it.
Rat Pack all day.
Yeah. Because you have to look at it on the bright side. It didn't break you. It made you who you are today. It made you who you are today. Let me tell you about Texas College, Tyler, Texas. I got there the first day after, my whole little football mishaps, whatever. I got to Texas College, drove up to the, I'm driving them. We got over the track. So if like I know, anytime you go over a track, it ain't good. It ain't gonna look like what you used to.
Absolutely.
I get to the gate, the entry gate. I said, no way. I'm not. And like you said at first, Collin, it's totally different from what you used to, right? I'm talking about college-wise.
Yeah.
It was different. And I was like,
Yeah,
let's go home. I turned around and went
both
3
of
hours
you,
back home.
both of you guys came from a much nicer campus
Yes.
type thing to a smaller environment. I can only because that's all I know is going to Alcorn. So I mean, I've seen the other campuses, but that must have been a huge like shock to seeing the difference. I know because if I'm not mistaken, X is if correct me if I'm wrong, is Alcorn. I'm assuming has more funding than like Texas College did.
Yeah,
we were
Texas
bigger,
College was a private school. Yeah, y'all
private
were bigger.
school and it's bigger. Yeah.
Y'all
So
was
big.
bigger.
Yeah, but the environment the same, kind of like in rural East
rural,
Texas.
exactly.
We're in rural Mississippi.
Yeah,
That vibe was kind of the same, just on a smaller scale. And we were Alcorn's not a huge school. It's not that big of a campus. And the student body is not like huge or anything. We're not one of the bigger HBCUs like a Southern or one of the other ones. So, but that's a huge culture shock.
It was it was a huge culture shock for the campus life, not
for the campus life,
not growing up. Not growing up. I've been in some similar growing up.
Yeah, well, yeah, and me being in Houston, that the HBCU part, the historically black part, that didn't bother me at all because coming from Houston, we're around African Americans, we're around everything here. Yeah, I mean, we're right there. Yeah, we were right there in Sunnyside. I mean, I grew up right next. So he actually X actually grew up very close to where my parents live. My parents used to live.
Oh yeah.
The old house Con's been to Denver Harbor.
Oh,
so he's been in the hood, man. So he knows. He's been there. Yeah. So and so X grew up almost walking distance from that neighborhood to my neighborhoods. So that culture shock part, that didn't bother me at all.
Yeah, that didn't bother me at all.
For me, the rural part was the part that really just blew my mind. I couldn't grasp the concept of being so inconvenienced. Maybe I was a little bit spoiled with convenience as far as like Walmart being down the street, like we had to drive 45 minutes. That just was mind-boggling to me. And I don't miss that part of it at all. I miss my teammates is the part I miss the most, but not that part. That was not the spiders, that type of stuff. No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't like any of that. So
absolutely,
I'm not a
cool.
And for Alcorn's campus, I thought the campus was beautiful. It's so historic.
It was.
I love it.
So historic, man.
Oh my gosh, man! There's so much history, and I like history. I love the stories that go behind it. They're so rural. Like that was I think the big shock for me, it wasn't the culture, it was the facilities that I like. When I came to visit, I never saw the weight room, I never saw the basketball gym, I never saw any of that. I saw the blueprint of what our stadium was going to look like next year, and so I'm going off of that. And then so I think that was my big goal. But 45, 50 minutes to go to Vicksburg, to go to a Walmart, that's different. That's a haul. So, and I got to live in Tony G. We got an apartment there. That was fun. But I tell you what was beautiful is Natchez and the Natchez Trace. Yeah. I mean, beautiful. I loved it down there, man. And Mr. D's chicken. I'd pay a lot of money for Mr. D's right now.
Yeah, that's a famous place, man. It's like a national landmark. Those places that we were getting to see, that inner loop in the campus with all those historic. And we explored a lot in your. What did you have? Was it the Jeep or?
And I had the Eddie Bauer Explorer.
The Explorer. That's what it was.
Man,
we used to go out. into the ruins.
To go see the ruins.
The ruins, to go see all these old, just historic places that still existed.
Yeah.
That I mean, it's just mind blowing to see that stuff, man.
It really
was so neat to see you. A little scary, but cool.
I forget who it was. I think it was some of the ladies on the softball team. I can't believe they talked me into it, but they talked me in, and I don't think you were there, Ray.
No,
I think it was Tony G, but they talked me into loading my car up at 1 a.m. and driving out to the ruins and walking around middle of the night. You talk about creepy, dude. That was that happened once for me, and I never went back.
Yeah. I didn't like to go there at night. It was a little bit more intimidating.
It was creepy.
It was. You gotta when you get a chance, Google the ruins, and it was like an old historic house. It was massive
plantation.
Obviously plantation house.
Is it still up?
So that's the thing. There's just remnances of it that still are there.
It burned down.
It burned down.
Oh, yep.
At one point it burned down. But this house was so huge you could see the Mississippi River from the top of it. because it was just so massive. And one day it burned down. Well, one of the ironic things was that the steps were so large that the steel steps that went up to the house, where they made them bring them to the campus.
Yes, and I was going to bring that up. Good point.
So those are the same steps that are on our historic church that's on our loop. Those are the same steps from that ruin. So they made them bring history. It over. Yeah, it's history, man. And that church is like kind of iconic for Alcorn. Like when you get your ID, the church is on your ID. Like it's on there. It's like it's a landmark, for Mississippi. And so it's pretty. That's cool. Pretty neat place.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen. Have you guys seen the movie Mississippi Burning? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was in that movie, The Ruins.
The Ruins was in there.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look up, watch that movie, and there's a scene where the two gentlemen are talking, and they're talking in a very outdoorsy, weird place. That's the Ruins. That's it. That's what they're talking at. Yeah. So
I love being a part of history. I really do.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool right there.
So X, when you were in Texas, what position did you play in football?
Defensive back.
Defensive back. All right.
Yeah, defensive back, man. So I started off as a running back, receiver, couldn't catch a cold in Alaska. So they had to find a position for me because I was fast, and once they plugged me into that defensive side, the rest was history. Yeah,
there's a wrap after that. I love it.
Yeah. Defensive back, man. I had some good times playing football.
I mean, you have to send me some highlight tapes. I gotta check that out.
You gotta understand, I was on VHS.
I love it. I still got one somewhere here.
If I can find it, it's yeah. So I know I said I signed with University of Kentucky. You got to take that. At that time, ACT, SAT determine if you get into that college or not, right? Oh, yeah. So I took the test late, scored a 16 on the ACT, so it didn't meet the qualification. So long story short, University of Kentucky ended up placing me at Georgia Military Junior College in Milledgeville, Georgia, where I played as a freshman. We won national championship when I was a freshman.
Oh, sick.
So so I ended up playing at Georgia Military College. Had some amazing teammates. Some I still talk to today. And man, you talking about being locked in. I'm talking about everyone on the team locked in and have the same goal, trying to accomplish the same mission. No slip-ups.
Amazing.
And go out there and dominate every snap. And then at the end, be rewarded with being the national champs, 11-0 record, right?
Man,
with the number one, yeah, right. With the number one I still have the stats, lined up and everything. We was number one. We only allowed that whole year of 600 and some yards total, and that's rushing and passing. And we had 21 interceptions that year.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's sick.
Yeah, we had everyone was locked in, man. Long story short, so it's spring. University of Georgia come spring practice, and that's when all the you get. So anything about a junior, if you know anything about a junior college, it's pretty much your second time to get recruited. At the time when I was there, second time to get recruited. So I'm over there in Georgia, so I'm close to all the other SEC schools now. I'm not Wayland, Texas. I'm closer, so. UGA, Florida Gators, coming to practice. I get 2 phone calls. UGA offered me right at spring practice. I committed. I had a problem committing. So, so I ended up committing, but my mom got sick, ended up home, got into U of H. Man, I'm back home, couldn't focus. So I recommend if you coming out of high school today, I advise that everyone venture off.
I agree fully.
Get to know.
Yeah.
Get to know yourself.
Yeah.
Get
it
away
definitely
from home.
helped me grow up. Yeah.
Get away from home so you can mature a little bit better, and then come home.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case.
It gets you out of your comfort zone, and that's important, being comfortable with the uncomfortable. Like that's a really important thing in life in general. And like you hit it on the head, X, when you said you guys were locked in on a mission in one direction together. When we have our meetings at work, I find myself saying that all the time is like, I love being a part of a team who's working together in unison in a certain direction. Like the stuff you get done doing that versus solo, it's night and day different. So you nailed it there, man.
I agree. Yeah,
but
I agree.
It's not common to have everybody on your squad in that mindset.
No, it's
either.
not.
Yeah. No,
It's not.
Yeah.
And the good thing about it, man, you get every player feels the same thing you feeling. It's like a positive, a go get it energy that's hovering over the whole team. You know, I'm talking about from backups. Everybody understood the assignment.
They knew their role. Team player.
Exactly.
On a mission, grinding. Love it.
So that was one of the best teams I ever been on defensively, and man, it was some good moments. It was some good moments.
Really cool.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah. I think in like baseball, because football is a real like rah-rah sport where you guys are like, I mean, you guys are a lot more fit. We don't really have physicality in baseball like that, so it's kind of hard to see everybody come together. I think the easiest way to see that on for a baseball team is you'll see all the guys on the fence. Everybody, nobody's sitting on the bleachers. Everybody's up. Everybody's like just following every single pitch.
Yeah, being verbal.
And being verbal for every single pitch, for every single out, every ground ball. Because it's kind of easier to see in football because I mean it's already something you got to get. If you're going to hit somebody, you already got to get up for that. It's a little bit different in baseball. We're not really hitting each other and things. Things like so. It's got to be more of like everybody's got to be locked into what's going on each pitch, every single, because you see in baseball, you got pitchers that aren't pitching, right? That are starting pitchers like Collin. They still have a role, even though he doesn't pitch for another 4 days or however long it is. He's got to pick up on signs. He's got to pick up on tendencies for when it's his turn to pitch. And there's some guys that are prima donnas that'll sit down in the bleacher and they won't even pay attention or act like they're into it. And we didn't have that, so which is really cool that everybody was locked in. So it looks a little bit different in baseball. It's crazy.
A lot of strategy in baseball.
A lot of strategy in baseball.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So anything okay. We talked about baseball. Now to my knowledge, to what Ray told me, y'all was being coached by a legend. Coached by a legend, man.
Legend.
Hey, one word describe him. One word.
Oh man,
unreasonable. but in a fun way.
In a fun way. Okay. Okay, I'll take that.
Oh man, that's tough. That's a tough thing to put one word on. I mean, because I was playing for Rat for 4 years. I saw a lot.
Bro, I saw a lot. This man would pull up to practice halfway through in his truck, honking his horn, yelling. Then he comes. Oh man, he was just one of a kind. Like I don't know how to even describe him. Like he was a legend in the area. He was one of a kind. One of a kind, man.
I was okay. So I would say unique. Very unique.
Yeah.
Okay. Very unique. Look, this is true. Collin could attest to this. We would go out to practice. Obviously, he wouldn't be there when we start. Right. We'd practice for about an hour straight, and he wouldn't be there yet. Assistant coaches would have everybody going. He'd come down, honking his horn down the hill. We had a big hill, and he would drive down the hill in his little Tacoma that he had, and he'd pull up all the way up to the field, honk the horn, and said, "Let's start it all over, baby. Let's start it. I didn't get to see none of that," and we had to start all over.
Bro,
and there was no coach. We already did that. Man, if you did that, man,
they understood the assignment.
They understood. There's nobody. I mean, he would ream assistant coaches just like their players. Like he didn't care, man. Like he did not care. He was the head honcho, man. He was the guy, and he was the last word and the only word. So, but so one of the funnest parts though was usually into practice when he was kind of making fun of all the players. That was usually kind of that was kind of fun to watch. It was roast at the end of practice, and it was from an older man that had these terms that we didn't even understand.
Gosh.
They were like maybe some country terms that he had.
Hey baby, you ain't shit, man. You ain't shit.
Yeah, that was his thing.
I love it.
But but it was one of those things like, well, man, if I could play for Rat, I could do anything in life. Nobody's gonna.
100%.
He gave us thick skin that we didn't. Nobody.
I love coaches like that, man. I love coaches like that. It's some amazing. It's some coaches out there like some big dogs that's just like that, man. Don't care. Don't care about the media being in my face.
Yeah.
I'm here for one thing, and I'm here to make sure these players get it. Not only as an athlete, but as a young man moving forward in life. You know what I'm saying? Them the kind of coaches I want to be around. I want to be coached by. So yeah, I can see what type of coach he was by hearing y'all say.
Oh yeah. Well, and we were there for the 700th win. That's a big deal. He was one of not many that got that. And I got a couple real funny stories real quick about him. So
go ahead.
So on campus there was the cafeteria and a library right across the street, and there's no parking. Yeah. Well, he would pull up in his truck and he'd park on the sidewalk and walk into the cafe or cafeteria. And so one day, this happened in the same situation or the same afternoon. So I'm 2 people behind him trying to grab some ice cream, and there's a whole line behind me, and he's up there doing his thing. And next thing you know, he's done, and he licks the spoon clean that you dip, like the community dipper, licks it clean, puts it back in. And we all look back and we're like, no, he did not. So that whole line went away right away, which hilarious. Yeah. And he took his teeth out to do it, which was even worse. And then when we're leaving, he's backing up. I'll never forget this. And it was so funny. He's backing up, and there was a girl walking to class, and he bumped her, and she's like, what just happened? He's like, hey, baby, get your ass out of the way. And, oh my gosh, it was another level of hilarious. That was just his mindset. It's like it was his campus, and I love playing.
It was his campus, man.
It was
it really was. It was his campus, man.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. He left an impact. He left a mark.
He left a legacy there.
He left the impact on my life. I will never forget that man forever. Like, and I'll end on one more. So my senior year, I took a class of his, or in my junior year, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's got to be an easy class. Coach McGowan, like, he's going to take care of me. He was always real nice to me. Surprisingly, he was very nice to me. And so his way of showing how much he liked me was in class, he talked shit about everybody, but hyped me up. So one, that already put a target on me and made me like uncomfortable. But then after class, he'd be like, hey, Collins. He always added an S to my first name. He's like, hey, Collins, come here, baby. And so we would go to the football stadium, and he'd pick out what he'd have one iron. I don't know what iron it was, but he would chit on the football, and he'd put 40 balls in one group, and then he'd be like, go pick those up for me, baby. And the whole time we'd be chatting. It was fun. That was like his way of showing you that he likes you, and like, let's spend some time together. And so it was fun. It was tough love, but it was fun, man. When it was just me and him, he was overly nice. Like, oh yeah.
So he displayed tough love. Which is what most of us are used to these days. If you grew up around that time or played for a coach that's been around the game a long time.
Absolutely.
You have to learn to appreciate coaches like that, which I do. Because like I said, they leave a mark on you that will carry you through different situations in your life. So,
man, it demands respect. I mean, you got no choice but to respect him.
Yeah, exactly. So rest in peace, Coach.
Rest in peace, Coach.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, absolutely.
Good. Yeah. So before we get out of here, Collins, do you think the guidance of the app OnlyDrams is going to draw a lot more users for the app? Do you think that's gonna? Because I know y'all still adding on, building and stuff like that, And I think Pick My Pour is a great feature to have and able to use throughout the day, or if you drink daily, however you do it, whatever. No judgment here. I just think once you continue to build within that app, man, it's gonna be user friendly. It is already user friendly, but when you add in more stuff that's going to make my choice easy, everybody's going to be you.
No, and those are great points, and we're really excited about what's to come for the community here. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but we've made tremendous progress with our verified distillery platform, and one of our big goals is connecting the distiller with the consumer. And that's very important to myself, to Trenton, and to our team here. And so how do we do that? If you're a big Cedar Ridge fan, or like, how can we formulate a way for you to not only learn more about their history? And Ray, I noticed you said it on one of your shows a while back is you love the stories, and that's one of my favorite parts about bourbon. It's the stories and the backdrop for it. I love it. I'm a sucker for good advertising and a great story, and so being able to connect the consumer with the distillery that they really love, or maybe opening them up to ones that they don't even know about. Like we're now seeing some distilleries are dropping bottles in the app, solely in the app. So you can like Cedar Ridge did one recently. There's a handful, and we're gonna continue to try to make that happen. And we want to be able to enable our community to get the best juice for the best price possible and to be an informed consumer. And that's very important. And if you don't have easy access to data, which part of the elite membership is, we spend a lot of time and efforts to get enhanced pricing so that you guys know, like, what is this going MSRP? What's the secondary markets doing? Are they changing? Are they going up, down? I mean, it's cyclical, up, down, booms, busts, all that. And I mean, like you guys know, like Jim Beam, they're not even producing this year. And that it's their legacy still is shut down for the year, which that's kind of sad, but so there's no juice for them this year. So yeah, there's just a lot of things that we're trying to connect, and we got a lot of really cool things coming down the pipeline. And whether it's logging your inventory, whether it's trying to find those bottles on your wish list that you can't find, to connecting people with other people around the United States. And after that, I mean, one of our goals is to expand outside the U.S. very soon. Hopefully that'll happen this year. And so, yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming down the roadmap. We are just getting started. So, and I liked how you termed it. It is user friendly. That's what we want. We want it to be user friendly. We want somebody that's new to whiskey or bourbon to come in and be able to access it. And then we want very senior people like yourselves and all the power collectors out there to be able to have good functionality and use case for what they're doing, whether they're exporting their collections over to an auction site or whatever they're doing. There's a lot of ways that we can help facilitate connections, purchases. I mean, you name it. There's a whole ether out there that we're very eager to try and tap into, but it all comes down to what the community wants. And that's why we're very receptive of what do you guys want to see? And that was going to be one of my questions. Anything on there that you guys would love to see that's not on there?
No, well, I just wanted to reiterate like that. I think that was really cool, the whole distillery thing, adding that on there.
I agree.
Because especially with when you first get into this, you kind of you gravitate towards like the big six, right? You're looking at Buffalo Trace products, and those products are awesome. We know that. But you guys putting out a Cedar Ridge, you guys putting out what is, I mean, there's so many different craft distilleries that I wasn't very familiar with Westward until you guys had did the whole function up there. And I mean, that was neat. And I think that's something that you can kind of educate yourself on when you're early on. You can look at all these distilleries and look, man, there's so many different places that's making good whiskey, good bourbon. And you don't have to just stick to the main, to your Beam Centuri, which is making great products. We know that. But there's just so much out there that I think the app, I get lost on the app because I'll go on there and start, I'll go down that tunnel of checking out this bottle and what is the rating on this bottle. And that's another good feature that I like as well, is you can go and see before you buy, okay, the community saying this bottle's good.
Exactly.
Not just what the marketing's saying. Because like I said before, the bourbon is really good at marketing, whiskey's really good at it, but you can actually tap into the community, check each specific bottle and say, okay, 20 people are saying that this is really good. It's out of 4 point whatever. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on it, because we all work hard for our money, and you don't want to buy something that's just not good, so you can get, like-minded people chiming in on each bottle, which is really awesome.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. Yeah. Everything is moving forward. The app is, like I said, I love that it's user friendly. And once you add everything that you mentioned, that come and play with the, educating the consumer on different distilleries, new distilleries, up and coming distilleries. And giving a newsletter, news feed on today's whiskey or whatever is going on in the the whiskey community.
I love that.
I think that's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I was always taught, if you want to be the best, if you want to be considered the best, you have to separate yourself from the rest. And that's what y'all doing, Collin.
That's a fact.
I agree.
That's well said. That's well said. That's what we're trying to do.
You guys definitely have.
Yeah.
So you guys separate yourself with that. That pick my pour is probably, when I talk to people that are unbiased, that I've talked about the app, they always talk about pick my pour. Like, that is just the coolest feature. It's a lot of fun, So
I love to hear that. Yeah, and that is by far our most used feature of the app. Infinity bottles was a highly requested one, but it's not getting as much attention as Trenton and I thought it would. But the Pick My Pour, that is a fun feature, and that gets quite a bit of use. So
good.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, this has been awesome. It's always good to have a sit down with former athletes, and it's what's even better, we adding whiskey, bourbon, and so, and we having great conversations, which is what me and Ray love to do, having great conversation and sipping good bourbon, but before we log off, this is good.
What you got?
Oh, you cracked that. You cracked that?
Oh,
this is really
I've never had that.
Yeah, you just got that in, right?
I just got it in today. Yeah, I just got it in today, man. And I can't wait to share it. And when you come across good juice, you want to share. You want everybody to try it,
That's
right?
the best part of sharing.
Yeah. So I can't wait
I think it'd be really cool whenever Collin can work it out to come down here. Come down to Houston, and we can do something like this in person.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be
happening
awesome.
2026.
That'd be a lot.
I'm trying to get Trenton and Kurt. I've been in their ear about trying to get some picks down around the area. Because if we can if we get down there for a pick, we can do a meet and greet, and those are always really fun. But regardless of the picks with SLB, I'm coming down on my own no matter what. So
come down. Just come down.
Overdue.
Yeah. And X lives down the road from me, so he's not very far. We're on the same side of town, so we can just we can have bottle shares like we normally do. We have the guys in the group, and we have a good time. So
it's a good time,
community here.
Yeah, and there's that one place I want to hit up when I forget the name. It's almost like a bourbon whiskey library. Almost or a speakeasy.
Whiskey cake. Whiskey cake.
I believe.
Is it whiskey cake?
You said you had been there, Ray. I sent it to you, and you had been there before. It looked really unique. It was almost like. Yeah, hard to explain. I'll have to dig that out.
Yeah. Let me know. I'll look at it and see.
Yeah.
But we'll plan it out before you come. And,
we'll have our itinerary. We'll have our itinerary.
Yeah, have an itinerary ready to go so we can, go to all the cool places. There's some Reserve 101.
That's what it was.
Next Reserve 1.
That's what it was.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Now I remember.
I saw a video
not too far
on it.
from.
Looks cool.
Yeah, they do it. They have a lot of Dusties there, which is really cool.
And I love the Dusties right now. Oh man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So
sweet.
Well,
I love it. And let's make this a regular thing, man. I love this. Is great. This is what I get out of bed for.
If you're cool with that, we're definitely down. We're
down.
I mean, we can talk whiskey all day and bourbon.
Yeah.
So that's what we
and
really
food.
enjoyed. And
Let's
sports.
go.
And food and sports and
food, bourbon, sports. I mean, the trifecta.
I'm not talking football right now. It's a sore subject, but
it's okay. It's okay, man. It's gonna be all right.
But I can watch anybody play. I can watch any teams play football. I love football, so it don't really matter. The Cowboys are playing. It's actually less anxiety the Cowboys not being in it, so I don't have to worry about them disappointing me. So I get to just watch you guys, your teams. So that's a lot of fun.
Man, I thought the boys, getting picked. They're high powered offense. Like, man, I just am surprised.
Worst defense ever.
That's what it comes down to is the DB picking CD. Like, geez,
all the
Ferguson
and he's so
beast tight end. Like, man,
Dak had a good year.
He had a great year, like he always does. It's wild, man. It just interesting, but
it's gonna turn around. It's gonna turn around. For him, man.
X, are you a Cowboys fan as well?
Texans.
Texans?
Texan fan.
Dude. Yeah. So I will say one thing. One of the times I was down, Ray
I took him to
and Randy, we went to Texans versus Falcons with Matt Ryan, Andre Johnson. Boy, that was a sick game. I'll tell you one thing I'll never forget from that game is how loud it got in that stadium. I was having to I felt like my eardrums were going to explode. It was that loud. And I'm not exaggerating. Like half the game I'm like plugging.
We couldn't even have a conversation at all. Like we couldn't hear each other.
No.
It was that loud. And I was like, man, this is
that
awesome.
stadium get real loud.
It gets real loud. You can feel it. And even after the game, Matt Ryan was like, we couldn't even call out. Nobody could hear me. It's like basically doing sign language at that point. Like, so that was awesome. That was a great experience.
So what's cool is this year the Texans play the Cowboys here in Houston.
Woo!
This is the
wow.
We're gonna tailgate?
We're gonna tailgate.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
can do a Brims. We can do a Brims and Barrels tailgate.
Brims and Barrels tailgate.
I'll
yeah,
come down for that.
Come down for that. Well, when the schedule's released, you can go ahead and book it.
We're gonna play in that. We're gonna play in that.
We got to come down because I've been to that the last 4 or 5 matchups. I haven't missed a Cowboys Texan matchup in the last like 4 or 5 matchups.
No,
yeah,
I think
it takes every 4 years.
I want to go into the game. I don't want to tailgate.
No, well, we both. You go tailgate and then we go inside.
Perfect.
That's how we. That's how we do it.
You're right.
Sounds
we can do that.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
That'll be dope, man. That'll be. Oh, it's gonna be some high energy in there.
Yeah, it gets crazy. Rules have to be changed. Rules have been changed because of that matchup. You can no longer tailgate without a ticket because of Cowboy Texan fights in the parking lot. So now you have to have a ticket.
No fights ever break out there, man.
We hope they don't. You know, it's
Wild Texas. Wild Texas.
See, they got to sip bourbon. You know, if you sip bourbon, it ain't no fight.
Exactly. Ain't no fights, man. Just share your bottles and you don't have to worry about all that.
Yeah, who's fighting at a bottle share? Everybody just wants to share. Right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Them guys not invited. All those people not invited. But man, this been great. This been fun. Yeah. I want to take a toast and cheers to the 2026.
2026, yeah.
Cheers to new beginnings.
Cheers.
New relationships and prosperity. Moving forward and moving positive. Cheers.
Absolutely.
Gonna be a big year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ray, I'll just say I don't think I said it out, but I'm sipping on the Parker Heritage 16th edition you sent me when I sent you the Westward. Woo, banger.
I sent him this
banger.
I sent him a sample of this.
That's my favorite one.
That's my favorite one. It's so good.
Yeah.
So you sent me quite a few different ones, like the Michter's 10.
It was the least I could do after he gave me this entire bottle for free. And I was like, dude, you can't just give me a free bottle. I have to send you stuff to compensate because that was so generous of him. So I sent him as many samples as I could. So a lot of cool stuff that I had. Yeah, and so I'm glad he enjoyed it because I definitely enjoy this. This was and he got it signed by the master distiller, so that was really neat. And it came in a really cool box. You know, I like cool boxes, so
that's what family's for, man. I'm not keeping score.
Yeah,
absolutely. Gotta hook my boys up.
Yeah,
man. We're gonna put together a care package for you too, because man, we appreciate your time, man. You didn't have to do this, man. We appreciate your time.
This has been great. Thank you guys for having me on. I've been looking forward to
this. Being around positive energy, man. Good.
That's right.
No, man.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. Well, cheers, gentlemen. Thanks again.
Cheers, man. Good night.
On 2 wheels, about to flip over. I'm way colder. Colorado, I'm way bolder. My son out the stroller, he way older. Now he could hit the studio with me. I'm way focused. Still sipping Henny, no soda. Still can set the city on fire with a cold shoulder. The show's over.